broadcast. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted.
Citizen to a citizen, fool. Citizen to a citizen, fool.
Key to life.
Another one. And now, our feature presentation.
All right, citizens. Welcome back to another episode of Shooting from the Web. All right, today's episode is, like the thumbnail alludes to, red flag laws. What are red flag laws? This allows the state to intervene and come and take possession of your firearms if a loved one goes to the police or courts and petitions to have them taken away because you're a threat to either themselves, family members, friends, or just the general public. So basically, it allows for the average person, known or unknown, to file some sort of complaint to the courts that allow them to come in, take possession of your firearms, do their investigation, and then upon conclusion of their investigation, you either get your firearms back or not, based on what they've determined. Big controversy, whether it's constitutional or not. Some would say it's not. Some would say it is. I'm going to hold my opinion, not because I'm either for or against, but I like to discuss the facts and have people absorb it. Case in point, Georgia. Recent shooting in Appalachia by a Colt Gray, 14-year-old, with serious known problems. Georgia does not have red flag laws in place. I think, they're calling it red flag laws, but I think the name of it is Extreme Protection something. I'll put it up there or down there, the actual name of it. Anyway, long story short, he had known problems. He was a known abuser of drugs. He was habitual when it came to making online threats. He had access to a firearm that his dad bought him and gave to him. And the biggest part of all of that is his mom is the one who called in the year that he was investigated and the morning of the shooting. Okay? His mom called in, was concerned because there's some text that she got the morning of, hour and a half before the shooting, and that's when they jumped into action. Same thing the year before. It was his mom plus a couple of his friends and people that noticed that he was making these online threats. The FBI investigated him, went to the house, investigated him, and determined that there was not enough to file any charges, left him with his firearm. Oh wait, no, if I'm getting my facts straight, the firearm was purchased by the dad post-investigation, if I recall correctly what I was reading. Long story short is, if regular laws cannot stop criminals from committing criminal acts, what makes you think red flag laws is going to be beneficial in stopping someone who commits to committing a crime, right? You know, you go and you take away somebody's guns or gun because you feel he's mentally unstable and is going to hurt somebody. That's going to give that person even more drive to go ahead and find a gun and hurt somebody, in my humble opinion. You know, I'm not saying do away with all the laws. What I'm saying is, and what most of 2A supporters and non-2A supporters are saying, enforce the laws that are on the books first before you add on to the pile of laws that are not being enforced. I mean, it's a known fact. You know, police are out there, they're responders, right? They're responders. They're not proactive. They don't have the manpower to proactively go after every single criminal that's known out there. Case in point, Colt Gray. They knew he had online threats. And if they were doing a proper investigation and follow-up, they would have known, they would have connected that his dad just bought a firearm and now there's a firearm in the house with Colt. But no, they don't have the manpower, nor do they have the incentive. They're responders. They respond to crime. They respond to incidents. They don't go out there and stop it. There's no Minority Report team out there, you know, watching videos of what crime is about to happen or making that determination. I mean, you can't, right? You're innocent until proven guilty. So in the court of law, well, so they say. But long story short, we got to be careful when we support certain laws that, you know, the government or state want to put in place, because it's just adding on to the problem at hand, to be honest with you. And it's causing innocent people to get in trouble.
He took my love and the vows that I made to him when we got married and totally tromped all over that for the first year of our marriage. Disrespected me, disrespected my home, disrespected our marriage.
Okay, I understand why you feel justified for putting him in jail. I'm just asking if you ran a red light in putting him in jail. Did you make statements that weren't true?
I may have said that there was punching or hitting, and there was not that to my recollection.
You
but there was.
Maybe say it. You either said it or you didn't. You either said he hit me and punched me, or you didn't.
I did.
You did.
I did.
And did he hit you and punch you?
No.
When I say that, you know, there's been many instances where couples are going through an argument, and one of them, just to get at the other, would lie to the police.
A local attorney is breathing a huge sigh of relief tonight, using his own investigative instincts to clear his name of serious criminal charges that would have likely ended his legal career. Dan Levy is live in the newsroom with more. Dan.
Elaine, William Conboy III is a former prosecutor in the Albany County District Attorney's Office. Last year, he was arrested and charged with kicking, choking, and beating his wife, 33-year-old Kelly Conboy. But using his own cell phone, William Conboy was able to turn the tables on his wife. They were allegations that turned William Conboy's life upside down. A respected young Albany attorney who all of a sudden was facing charges filed by his own wife, Kelly, that he was beating her right here inside the couple's house.
Everybody who knew him knew this wasn't, true, but what? No one else did, because you pick up the paper. He's on the front of the local section. He's a batterer. It's this. It's horrible. He went through hell.
As a young prosecutor, William Conboy knew he had been placed in a very tough position of being forced to prove a negative. In other words, he had to prove that something did not happen. But that's when he took out his cell phone and called his wife.
I want you to know what's going to happen.
Okay.
If you are not out tonight with all of your, I will call the Albany Police Department and say that you beat me and get an order of protection next week against you.
Are you gonna make something up that I hit you?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Why would you do that, Kel?
Why would I do that? To get you the out of the house, that's why.
Right? It's easy for someone to make up a story about another person, and the police typically believe the first person that called and said, hey, this person had a gun and threatened to shoot police. That's happened in real life where a guy, he was on the news. His girlfriend, he and his girlfriend was having a fight, and turns out that's what she did. And then down the line, after further investigation, it turns out that she was lying, and this guy, I think it was his wife or girlfriend, was living with his mom and child. And during the investigation, he couldn't see his child, which was crazy. It ended up she being charged, filed a false report, things of that nature. They ended up in divorce. But this is what I'm saying. You put these laws in place, it can get innocent people in real trouble that don't have the financial means or the wherewithal to go ahead and get out of that trouble. Just think about this. You know, it's just food for thought. You know, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Whether you don't have to put whether you're for or whether you're against, but what do you think about it? Have you been impacted by any of these laws, proposed laws? Because they're only in 20 states for right now. They're trying to expand to more states, but we'll see what happens. All right, thanks for tuning in. This is Shooting from the Whip.
Stay strapped with your play.